Stephanie Bain, I have a books. I'm a book addict. There's so many books. Hey everyone, so I was going to review the Giver Quartet as a whole, but I'm kind of liking the idea more of splitting it up into two reviews. So, the first review of the Giver Quartet is going to be about The Giver and Gathering Blue. So let's go ahead and talk about them. I loved The Giver. Super fast read. It engages you. It doesn't tell you all this nonsense you don't need to know. Yes, it kind of just skips through things, but why extend something when you don't need to extend it? I like the world Lois Lowry built. I love how everything worked out and it played out with Jonas. I loved Jonas. I loved The Giver. I really enjoyed everything. There were things there that I wasn't expecting, so it wasn't like predictable or anything. I really enjoyed that. Really did. I thought it was something else, but it turned out to be a million times better. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. And something about The Giver and Lois Lowry writing in general, which I've also noticed in The Gathering Blue, something about it is so relaxing. It's just so like pleasant. Lois Lowry's writing is so pleasant. It's not complicated, but it's not like dumbed down or anything. It's just so, I found it to be extremely enjoyable. So I might as well tell you first off what The Giver's about, and then I'll tell you about and then we'll go into The Gathering. So, The Giver's about a boy named Jonas who lives in a society where they live in communities that are divided, and they're ranked from the moment they're born by age. There's all the year ones, you know, the ones that turn, they're pretty much, the birthdays are on the same day. They celebrate year one all on the December, I don't know what day exactly it is in December, but December of every year. Each child is pretty much advanced in age. The babies that were just born now turn year ones, and they're given to families, and they're given names, and so on and so forth. And then there's the year 2s, year 3s, year 4s, year 5s, all the way to year 12. And every year has something different. There's a defining year in the boys and girls. When they turn 9, I want to say it is, they're given bikes, and the girls can let down their pigtails that have defined them up until then. And they start volunteering at age 8. I think volunteering starts at age 8. So the community is, that's how it's structured. And then once they turn age 12, they're given a job, assigned a job, and then they no longer, you know, there's no age 13, 14, 15. After they are aged 12 and they're given their job, then start their training for a year long, and then they come back the next year, and then they're pretty much given in a home family unit. They separate from their family, they're given their own family, paired off and all that stuff, and they truly become adults pretty much at the age of 13. So I thought that was really interesting, and it's really kind of sad that once both of the kids are gone from the family, the parents go to the childless section of the community, and so on and so forth. So without going into too many details, it starts off with Jonas turning 12. He's about to be 12, about to be given his assignment, and how they choose the assignment is they pretty much just look at what you've been doing since your childhood. Were you the one that always, you know, volunteered at the old folks home pretty much, or were you always volunteering with the like the newborns, or were you always in the science room or something like that? You know, whatever it is you did the most, the elders, I think that's what they're called, the ones that are in charge, sorry, I hit my wind chime. The ones that are in charge, you know, they keep an eye on you. They see what you like to do. So every assignment is made with the utmost care. And they have this thing where they're released, and release is pretty much being killed. It kind of sucks. But anyway, that's what The Giver's about. And that's what The Giver follows, is Jonas getting his job, which I think if you guys saw the movie trailer and stuff, you pretty much know that he becomes the receiver of memories. So he's the receiver, which is like, they don't choose it very often. Not everyone's chosen for that. And his life, by the way, is no color. They live with no color. It's a grayscale. That's their life. That's what they see. They don't see reds, blues, greens, and all that stuff, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that out there. So I really liked how it was played out, how it made it through. Now, I have to say, once I got to Gathering Blue, which I gave also a 5 out of 5 stars, I was confused and a little disappointed because then it follows a whole new person. Oh God, I forgot her name already. Kira. It follows a girl named Kira who lives in the same time, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the same. It's taking place the same time as Jonas, or right after, but in a completely different area of the world. She lives differently. They live in a more brutal place where the kids are not as cared for. They're left to wander. A bunch of crazy things happen, just saying. And at first I was a little put off because I was like, where's Jonas? What happens to Jonas after the Giver? Like, I thought this was a continuation, but no, it's a companion to the Giver. But I'm not going to go too much into the Gathering Blue because I think you guys just need to read it. And I don't want to tell you it because I found it extremely enjoyable. I liked the world Kira lived in. It was really weird. But I will tell you this, the way that the Giver had, you know, ages 1 through 12 and their ceremonies, well, Kira's world, how she lives and what she lives in, they are put on a place where from the moment they're born, they have their stages of life, but it's a little differently. The way you know how old someone is by how many syllables is in their name. So if Kira was just Ki or Kier, then she was still like a toddler type thing, maybe really young. And then when they get 2 syllables, they're older. 3 syllables, and 3 syllables, and then I think it's up to 4 syllables, which is the oldest and the wisest people. And everyone has kind of their own jobs as well, but they're just more brutal in how they go about things. I read Gathering Blue in a day. It was such a fast read. And I'm taking a break right now. I'm reading another book, but I can't wait to get back into it and see where the Messenger and Sun takes us. But that's all I'm going to say about the first half of the Giver Quartet. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and bye!